All right. How we all doing? Everyone have a good Memorial Day, 3-day weekend. Got some, hopefully some sun, vitamin D, and got enough little relaxation time or productive, whatever you were doing this weekend. Hopefully you had spent some time with yourself and your friends and your family, obviously safely and socially distanced. But I just want to welcome everybody to the line. If this is your first time on Morning Mastery, first off, just want to say welcome to the fam. We've been doing this for almost 2 months now, since kind of like quarantine first started, and it all started because Willie Wade, myself, and another guy named Mark, we all just had a conversation about what was happening in the world and kind of what was needed. And I felt like routine was missing for myself, for sure. I wasn't getting up at 5 a.m. anymore. I wasn't having any accountability around anything. I wasn't, having work. So I know a lot of people were relating, and it was just really an opportunity. I felt like this whole thing has been an opportunity for anyone to really see it in two different ways, which is, number one, an opportunity to really step up and be creative and, get kind of situated in a way that's probably uncomfortable, but it's really going to force you to grow in different ways that you probably haven't really looked at in a while or ever. And so that's kind of where we were at. And this is kind of how it all became about. And so it turned into this amazing group, Morning Mastery. We started a Thrive Challenge out of it. We had over 150 participants, which has been epic. It just ended yesterday, and we'll have another one coming up. So just want to say thanks for being here. Thanks for being participants and really just, having fun with us. This has been such a blast to get up in the morning, start with some breath work, do a little movement, right? Get some endorphins moving early, and then really get that mindset right before the day gets started. So thank you guys for showing up. If this is your first call on Morning Mastery, I do see some new faces. Just drop a 1 in the chat for us so we can just see. That way I can set a little context for the breath work and before we get into the flow. So I see Nate and Aaron. I see those names coming up. So welcome, guys. Nice. Awesome. I think, there's a few people that are just joining us for the first time. And if this is your first time using Zoom or maybe you're just getting used to it, I know probably lots of Zoom calls now for everybody. But it's a lot of fun. It's cool to see everyone's face virtually, no matter where you're calling in from. I'm so grateful. I keep talking about this, but I'm like, imagine being in quarantine without social media or internet or Wi-Fi or cell phones. It's like all of our ancestors, like what they had to go through with the Spanish flu and, Civil War and all these Vietnam, right? We heard from the guy from Vietnam. It's like, we're grateful, right? We're blessed. We have a lot of things that we get really, kind of like bothered by, but they're like really small, and our ancestors would probably laugh at us. Okay. So let's be grateful today. Let's get started with some breath work. The couple things that I just want you to know for the newbies is the main thing we focus on is nasal breathing. Okay. The purpose of it is really to, number one, use it as a filter. Okay. The nose is a filter. So you think about nose for breathing, mouth for eating. All right. It's going to filter the air, pathogens. And you can also use it as an example. If you breathe next to a glass, how there's moisture, right? It kind of fogs up. And if you do it with your nose, there's no fog, right? So you want to also think about moisture leaving your body when you breathe from your mouth. So you want to keep that moisture in, obviously drinking water as well, staying hydrated, right? But that's also going to help by nasal breathing, okay? Another thing is nitric oxide production, okay? Helping with blood flow and oxygen, getting more oxygen to your muscle tissues, and obviously recovering, helping with restoration. So all kinds of benefits, but if you can take away anything, it's just to focus more on that nasal breathing, okay? And be more conscious of it. And that's in fitness and everyday life, just going about your day. And of course, when you sleep. So if you snore a lot, that's probably a good sign that you mouth breathe a lot. And you can do a few things, which we'll go over to really help practice and take care of that so we can all properly breathe and hopefully feel all the benefits from it as well. All right, so we do a couple different breaths. The first one we're going to do is a cadence breathing, which is really just doubling the inhale. So we're doing a 4-second inhale, 8-second exhale. and it's all going to be through the nose, in through the nose, out through the nose. And I'm going to count you guys in. Okay, this one should be really relaxing, really ground you. You should really feel like your heart rate slowing down a little bit as well. Okay, so before we get started, go ahead and find a nice comfortable spot, whether you're sitting down, if you want to sit cross-legged, crisscross applesauce, on a chair. Okay, and the first thing I want you to do is sit up nice and tall. You can roll your shoulders back. If you'd like, you can close your eyes and just start normally breathing. I like to put one hand on my belly and the other on my heart. The belly is really doing a lot of the work, so you want to focus on expanding that belly. Have it all coming from the diaphragm. So as you take a few breaths here, just become present to your breath. Maybe set an intention for the day. All right, so let's get started with the cadence breathing. And 3, 2, and 1. First 4-second inhale. And 8 seconds out through the nose. Good. 4 in again. And 8 out. Four in. 8 out. Good. 4 in. 8 out. Let's do one more. 4 in. And 8 out. Good job. Come back to that normal breath. Check in. If you'd like, you can type in the chat how you feel. Just take note with your body. Maybe your heart rate slowed down a lot. Okay, maybe you feel a little bit more open and relaxed, grounded, hopefully present. Let's see. For the newbies, how did that feel? Yeah, it's relaxing for sure. So don't worry, we're going to do a different breath that's going to wake you up, okay? Present, centered, relaxed, present, relaxed. Perfect. Okay, cool. So that breath is really, really useful any time of the day. If you're feeling stressed out or you're feeling a little overwhelmed, it's a great breath to come back to and just really calm yourself down and get that heart rate to slow down a bit. I use that a lot when I'm about to like speak on stage or like do, anything that I kind of get my nerves like a little like riled up. I try to do something like that. Also for before bed, I like to use that as a night routine. So when you're laying down, I do this literally when I'm in bed, and I try to do maybe like 10 plus of those breaths to really calm down my mind, relax a little bit, and stay grounded before I sleep. And you'll notice that you should be able to sleep a lot deeper as well. So try that out. And this next one is called a superventilation breath, which is really going to help you wake up. Okay, it's meant to oxygenate your body. They're totally different breaths. This one's in through the nose, out through the mouth. And I'm going to show you and demo this in a second here. Okay, but after the 20 quick breaths, we're going to do our first exhale hold. And we're going to do that for 30 seconds. Okay, then we're going to inhale, and then we'll hold at the top for 30 seconds again. Okay, so let me demonstrate what this looks like real fast. Okay, so sitting up nice and tall. Again, really focus on this belly doing the work, right? So that's really what you want, is that belly coming in and out. Okay, so 20 quick breaths look like this for superventilation. Okay, so that's all the belly. and you're doing in through the nose, out through the mouth. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just really try to get the quick breaths in and let it all out, in and out, just like that. At the last exhale, it's not super long or anything. Okay, you don't want to like be like, it's like, that's when we're holding for the first 30. And then I'll time you guys. I'll let you know when it's up. I'll let you know when you're halfway. Just trust that you have enough oxygen to keep holding. It may feel like a little weird or uncomfortable. You can always just swallow, or you can always lick your lips, and that tends to help that air hunger, that urge to want to breathe. Okay, after the 30-second hold, we'll do an inhale and then hold at the top, another 30 seconds, and then we'll come back to normal breathing, okay? All right, so let's get started here. Nice and tall. Give a shoulder roll. If you'd like to put one hand on the belly, just to remind, all from the diaphragm, okay? Okay, 20 quick breaths in 3, 2, and 1, go. Good, hold. Good, 10 seconds left. All right, we're gonna inhale in 3, 2, 1. Inhale and hold. Good, over halfway. Coming back to normal breathing in 3, 2, and 1. Good, relax. How was that? A little different. For the veterans, I know we've been doing this for a while now, so maybe a little bit easier, challenging. Okay, nice. Kenya, good job. Kelsey, good. Aaron, Nate, Christina, how you guys feeling? Good? Thumbs up? All right, perfect. Hard to open your eyes. I know, right? So we're going to actually do that one more time. Okay, this time we're going to try a little longer hold. So this is an opportunity to, just see where you're at. There's also something you could go back and watch called a bolt test that we did in a recording on a Monday. I believe this was like 2 or 3 Mondays ago. And it's just explaining kind of the purpose of it. But really the intention is to create some measurements so that you can track your progress and your breath work and really see that hopefully you're going in the right direction. But bolt scores are typically anywhere from like 5 to 10 seconds all the way up to 40 and beyond. And some Olympians have really, really horrible bolt scores even when they're elite athletes. And then there's everyday people that have amazing scores. So you just have to test yourself, depending on your lifestyle, of course, over time, your sleep patterns, all kinds of things are going to play a factor in that. So you can definitely go back and watch that video. It'll be helpful. I just realized I exhale more at the end of the exhale. No, I don't think it's cheating, but it's totally fine if you exhale a little bit longer. It's probably harder actually if you exhale longer. So, all right, so let's try that again. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to do a little longer inhale and exhale holds now. All right. And again, trust yourself that you're totally oxygenated and you can do it. Okay. All right. Here we go. I'll give you guys like a little motivation along the way, hopefully. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Go. Good. Hold. Good. You're way over halfway. Remember, you can swallow if you need to. Trust that you have enough oxygen. You got it. Under 10. We're going to inhale, hold in 3, 2, and 1. And hold. Good. Stay present. Almost there. 15 seconds. Lots of oxygen. And 3, 2, and 1. All right. Good job, squad. How was that for everybody? A little harder this time, easier, getting better, progressing hopefully. Nice work, Kenya. Awesome. For those of you who are just joining us for the first call, hopefully that was a good little starting point for you. If it was easy, that's awesome. If it was a struggle, that's totally normal as well. So no problem either way. What did Nicole, you said, are you supposed to exhale before that last inhale? No, so after the hold, you go straight into the inhale. Getting easier. Little dude is wanting me to change him. Hey, multitasking is powerful. You probably learned that as parents, right? Okay. So Nicole or Sylvette, if you want to come off mute, just explain to me real quick what you guys are talking about.
All right. So what I'm talking about is when we do the exhale and hold, and you say, okay, we're doing 3, 2, 1. I then let out more air at that point, 3, 2, 1, so I can get a bigger inhale on the inhale. So I wasn't sure if that was cheating or not. Or I shouldn't call it cheating, not the intention of the exercise.
Yeah, well, I mean, technically you're holding, so I feel like it would be a little tougher to do that. So I don't think it's cheating. I think it's totally fine. But yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. I'll ask Mark. He's the master, so I'll ask him on that. Perfect. Cool. All right. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Went a little longer than normal, but I think that's great. So you can practice this, any time of the day. I encourage you guys to do it actually more than just the morning masteries. But if this is newer for you, keep showing up, focus on that nasal breathing all day long. Right now, it's a great time to practice as we get into the movement piece. So Wade's going to take us through some movement for the day. Always focus on that nasal breathing. Let's get it, Master Wade.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Odin says happy Tuesday as well. All right. So as far as movement goes, we're going to do a couple of, like base type movements or fundamental type movements. So we're just going to be really focused on those movement mechanics throughout these exercises. First, we've done this a lot, but it's the air squat. The reason that it's so important and that I love doing it is because how you do anything is how you do everything. So if in this the basic move of the air squat, if you don't have like glute activation or knees forward or anything like that, that's probably going to happen throughout every other lift or jump or anything that you do the day. So always going back to the fundamentals is incredibly important. So moving with intention. So we're going to go for a EMOM, 9-minute EMOM, working for 40 seconds, resting for 20. We're doing 3 exercises. First is the air squat. I'm going to give a couple different variations that you can work on. So first, I'll walk you through each one of these exercises, and then we'll get into the actual movement portion. So for air squat, we want feet straight, so toes forward, grabbing the ground with your feet. So you're pressing your toes into the ground, we're trying to establish 3 points of contact. That's your big toe, your pinky toe, and your heel. From there, you squeeze your butt. You should feel your hips lock in a little bit. Core braced. Now I want you to think about screwing your feet into the ground from your hips. So your hips will open up a little bit. Now, the squat, your hips go back and down first. Commonly, a lot of people start with knees forward. So that really gets into like the quad and you feel a lot more pressure on that knee. So I want you to start with hips back and down first. So we're hinging at the hips and then we go into that squat. Okay. So the different variations are going to be just hands forward, essentially. So I would say this is the easiest of the air squats. Just keeping the arms forward, knees out, everything as normal. Then we're going to a prisoner style air squat. So now we just take hands on the back of the head. Same concept. And then lastly is like the overhead squat. So I'm gonna take my hands and like just wrap my hands around each other, go overhead, and then we go to air squat. Okay. So those are the 3 different styles of air squat that I want you to do. You get to pick which one. The arms forward is the easiest of the 3. Hands on the head, medium, hands all the way overhead, hard. I want you to concentrate on that core though, because if we're going overhead and we don't have any core bracing, then it basically ruins the exercise or you don't get the base point of the exercise. So if you go overhead and you feel your core just giving up and we're like this, it's not what I want you to do. I want you to stay braced, go up as we squat, still feeling for that core if you choose to go overhead. Those are movements 1. Movement 2 is going to be the push-up. So similar setup to your feet you were doing with your hands on the push-up. So fingers forward, still bracing the ground with those fingers, shoulders back and screwing those shoulders in. And then we're just gonna go push-up. And then we're gonna go into a T-plank if you choose to do so. You can do this also on an elevated surface. So here's a chair. I can do push-ups off the chair, off the couch. You can even do push-ups off of the wall, depending on your ability level. You know, the higher your arms or your torso is elevated, the easier it should be. So again, concentrate on those mechanics, core bracing, you know, keeping your elbows tighter to our sides. We don't want our elbows flared out like this. We want those elbows nice and tight to our sides. And then the last movement is bird dog. So with bird dog, one heel drives away. So we want to create a long, straight line. A lot of people like come here, which is not what we want to do. So long, straight line, rather than just coming here, heel drives away, and the core is braced. Right now, my right glute is squeezed. My opposite arm extends overhead, and then we alternate, okay? So this is bird dog. Every time I'm in this top position, fully squeezing the core, fully squeezing the glutes, like be very intentional about this bracing. Like I want all of these movements, you to maintain tension throughout the whole movement. If you're feeling loose, then that's not correct. I want you to think about like fully bracing that core, moving with intention, using these proper mechanics. Okay, so let's find a good place to start. Again, we've got air squats, whatever variation that you want for 40 seconds. Then we've got the push-up to T-plank, elevated if you would like. And then we've got the bird dog. There's really no modifications for that one. Got about 30 seconds to start. All right. Hope y'all are ready. Odin definitely is. So we got 5 seconds to start. Establish that foot ground contact. Go, go. I'm going to go through all 3 variations. This one I'm starting my arms forward, trying to get my hips down to my knees as well. You want to go hands behind the head. Thinking about that core bracing. And lastly, go all the way overhead. Almost there. And time. Beautiful work. Now we've got those push-ups to T-plank. We are alternating each side and concentrate on that bracing, keeping those shoulders nice and stable. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Keeping those elbows nice and tacked to your sides. Feeling for that core. We got 15 seconds. Nice work. Time. Now we got bird dogs. Every workout is a core workout. Every single one. Going in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Fifteen seconds. Squeeze that core at the top. Let's go. Time. Round 1. Shake those arms out. Should be feeling good. Getting all fired up. 10 seconds to start. We got air squats. 3, 2, 1. Go, go. Keep it up, team. Y'all are doing great. 15 seconds. Almost there. And time. Shake those legs out. Push ups to T-plank. Going in 3, 2, 1. Beautiful work, team. Lots of control. Almost there. 10 seconds. Time. Shake them out. Got 10 seconds to bird dog. 3, 2, 1. Grab that heel. You're halfway. Keep this up. 10 seconds. Let's go. Time. All right. Last round. Just one of each. You got 10 seconds to start. Go ahead and get in the ready position. And go. Nice work. We've got 10 seconds left. Keep this up. And time. Oh, no more squats. The arms ready. Push it to the T-plank. Going in 5, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. 15 seconds. Keep this up. Let's go. Time. He's got bird dog. Very intentional bird dogs. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Go. Almost there. And time. Beautiful work, team. Nice job. So I'm out here and the dogs are like chasing squirrels and all this stuff. Which brings me to my tip of the day. To go onto YouTube. Actually, Sylvette is the one who showed me this. YouTube, I don't know, Ninja Warrior course for squirrels, or I forget what, squirrels versus bird feeder or something. No, I'm just kidding. But it's a funny video. She brought it up yesterday. It was hilarious. It's this guy who makes this whole challenge course for squirrels. It's awesome. But my actual tip for the day is, just continuing to try to meal upgrade. I talk about this a lot because I believe in it a lot. So what that means is, if you go to a restaurant, I'm going to use a restaurant as an example. If you order a standard burger with a soda, there's a couple ways that you can take that from, that's the base meal, the level 1 meal. You can turn that meal from a level 1 to a level 2 or a level 3 by, of course, getting rid of the soda, switching up water for the soda. Then it can go from a level 2 or a 3 to a 4 or 5 by going no bun. You know, instead of a side of fries, you get the salad or the steamed vegetables, and then all of a sudden that meal is now a 5 or a 6. If you do that for 80% of your meals, if you do that for 80% of your meals, then you're going to have a huge win. You're going to see a lot of gains, and just by making these small upgrades on an 80% basis. Of course, if it's your birthday or you want to celebrate, eat some cake or ice cream or whatever, do so. But 80% of the time, always choosing a better alternative. Even if it's just slightly better, you're going to make massive differences in your health. So what are some good stretches when you're sore? There we go. Sylvette doing the squirrel video. It's hilarious. I definitely recommend watching. So it depends. Where are you sore? Everywhere. Okay. Well, how about this? After this, I'll send you a good, just a routine. I'm always sore from being an adult, man. Truer words have never been spoken. I totally get what you're saying there. I'll send you like just a recovery routine. It's about 20-25 minutes or so, and it just kind of goes through like a mobility routine. So yeah, I'll have to just grab your contact from whoever your coach is, whoever. Yeah, I'll find you and I'll send you like a good 20 to 30 minute routine, and that should be helpful. And you can do that on a regular basis. So cool. Kicking it off to you, Blaine. Can't wait to see what you have in store. These videos always get me so fired up and get me clear on what my gets me clear on like what I have to do throughout the day. And yeah, yes, I will post that in the Thrive group. That's a good idea. So all right, back to you, Blaine.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Let me change up the spotlight real fast. Boom. Okay, cool. So thank you, Wei. Appreciate that. I always love moving the body early, get those endorphins released. And now we're going to get into the mindset piece, okay? Obviously, we preach a lot about the mind and how really it's being used in a positive way or a negative way, right? And it's practice over time, which is going to produce the results that you're looking for. This video is really, really awesome. It's actually from a guy, he's like the professor you always wanted. And he speaks about the law of attraction and in a way that just makes it very, very like science, I guess science, not science-based, but it's more like actual thinking on it and how you can utilize it. So it's really, really great. And you can apply this. He talks more about on a money basis, but you can apply this to pretty much any area of life that you're looking to get better in or attract better things in. So let me play this video and then we'll talk a little bit afterwards more about it. But let's hear from this guy, the professor you always wanted.
Hello there and welcome. I'm Bob Proctor. And I'm going to take you back a little in time. There's no PowerPoints. There's no great technology. I'm going to use a flip chart because I want this to be in real time and I want to explain something to you that not many people really understand. I want to talk about the law of attraction. Do you know that the law of attraction is always working? It's like the law of gravity. If I let this go, it's going to go down. It's never going to go back up. It's going to go down. That is the law of gravity. Anything heavier than Earth is attracted towards the center of the world. Well, the law of attraction is always working. Now, how does it work? Well, I use a diagram to explain the mind. Now, let this circle represent your mind. And let this little circle here represent your body. Now, I want you to think of this for a moment. Your body is a molecular structure. This is a massive energy and a very high speed of vibration. If you looked at your body through a microscope, you'd see that energy dancing right before your eyes. Here's something that'll keep you thinking for the next 20 years. When you move out of it, the body does not stop moving. If you go to a funeral parlor and pick up the remains and look at it, you will see it moving. And if it wasn't moving, how would it ever change to dust? You move into your body and you will move out. And it's how you use your mind that's going to dictate the vibration you're in. Now stay with me. You have an imaginary line right across here, and that separates the conscious mind from the subconscious mind. Now, the subconscious mind has been programmed. When you were a little baby, this is the way it was. So just like this, subconscious mind wide open, and everything that was going on around it went right in there. And all the energy that went in there when you were just a little baby formed something called a paradigm. Now, a paradigm is information. It's a multitude of habits. You are the product of your environment. But prior to that, you were the product of a genetic strain that goes back for generations. Now, I'm going to say that the paradigm is X-type energy. Now, you've got the ability here on a conscious level to think. And you can think anything you want to think. And as you think, you build ideas. There's a power that's flowing into your consciousness. It never stops. It flows to and through you. You can actually photograph this power leaving you. It flows to and through you. Now, as it flows in, you will start thinking, and you'll probably think X-type thoughts. Therefore, you're going to be in an X-type vibration. And that will produce X-type results. Now, it's the results you want to change. And to change the results, you're going to have to change what you attract. You see, the thoughts that you think control the vibration that you're in. Vibration is nothing but an idea. It's a law of the universe. Everything vibrates, nothing rests. We live in an ocean of motion. And it's the thoughts that you're thinking that you impress upon your subconscious mind that control the vibration the body's in. And that dictates how you act, but it also dictates what you attract. You attract energy that's in harmony with you. You attract people that are in harmony with you. You see, everything operates on frequencies. There's an infinite number of frequencies, but you and I operate on a frequency, just like a radio station does. And the only music you can attract is the music that is tuned into the vibration you're in. Now, it's the paradigm that has been controlling the vibration. You can change your thinking, but that doesn't do anything. You got to change the paradigm. And if you don't change the paradigm, nothing happens. Now, talking about paradigms is another subject. We'll do that at another time. But it's the thoughts that you think that control the vibration you're in, and that dictates what you attract. So if you keep attracting what you don't want, understand this. It's the paradigm that's causing the problem. You can think a Y-type thought, which is totally different than the X-type conditioning. It isn't going to go anywhere. Because when you go to get emotionally involved, and this is the emotional mind, when you go to get emotionally involved with that Y-type thought, the paradigm will kick it up. You know why? It's so uncomfortable. That's stepping out of the box. That's doing things different. And we don't like to do things different because it causes a lot of discomfort. But understand this. The paradigm and the thinking control the vibration you're in. And the vibration you're in is going to dictate what you attract. People that are in a poverty consciousness will continue to attract lack and limitation. It has nothing to do with this, what's going on here. This is your educated mind, and you could gather all kinds of information. Have you ever wondered why some people have such an educated mind? They have degrees coming right off the end of their business card, but it doesn't show up in their results. Why? Paradigm. The law of attraction. You've got to change this. You've got to change the vibration you're in, and your whole world changes. Listen, in 1961, a man gave me this book, and he said, do exactly what I tell you. He was giving me Y-type ideas. It caused an enormous amount of discomfort, but I did exactly what he said. And you know something? My income went from $4,000 to $175,000 in a year, and then I took it over $1 million. It took me 9.5 years, to figure out what happened. This is what I'm showing you. Watch this over and over and over again. There's a number of lessons in here. And another lesson, I'm going to show you how to change the paradigm. When you change the paradigm, the change in results is automatic. You know why? You start to attract something new, something different. And what we want to do is program in positive information and eliminate the negative. I'm going to show you how to do that. Law of attraction. You attract according to the vibration you're in. This thing we live in is a molecular structure. Your body is a mass of energy. Do you know if you put your body in front of an infrared television camera in a completely dark room, your whole being would be nothing but a glistening, radiating, gleaming form? Feeling is conscious awareness of the vibration we're in. When we don't feel good, we're in a negative vibration. You want to feel good? Move into a positive vibration. Stop and think of what you're grateful for. But understand this, you will never attract to you wealth, happiness, health, until you get the paradigm, get you on that frequency. It's Bob Proctor, and thank you.
All right. Yes, I will.
Hello there, and welcome on, Bob Proctor.
I'll post that in the chats. That video is epic. And like I said, that's the professor you always wanted, right? And I wish they taught that in school, to be honest. So anyways, you know, just to recap, honestly, the law of attraction, you know, there's a lot of ways to think about it. The way I always put it is, you know, it's kind of like you're either going one way or the other every time you think of something, every time you do something. And the way I try to explain it is just by catching that thought of whatever you're about to do. Like, think of it, like, what is it actually producing? What is the result that it's producing? If you just catch yourself in your thoughts a lot and you actually create that awareness more, that's going to help you make decisions that are actually going to lead to what you want in life. Okay. So the fact is it's not going to happen overnight. Okay. Law of attraction isn't just like, oh, I'm so positive today, let me just attract everything I want, right? It doesn't work like that. This is over time, consistency, practice, day in, day out. Mind is a muscle, just like you build your biceps or abs or anything else, okay? So law of attraction is, of course, practice over time. And the way you can start is just simply catching your thoughts and thinking about the results they're producing, right? And a lot of times we can't see that. He talks about paradigm, and the paradigm shift is really your perspective and experiences in life that you have built up over time as a kid, right? All through your life to where you are today. And sometimes we're inside of this picture and we can't see from we call it like bird's eye view, right? If you take yourself out of the situation and you actually look at it from not your life, but just like what's actually happening, it gives you a different perspective, right? If I'm looking at a mug and I see one side of the mug, right, and there's no handle on one side, the other person's looking at the opposite end, they see the handle of the mug. Okay, they see a totally different mug. They see the handle, they see the beauty of the curves and everything. All I see is this little shape on one side, right? That's kind of how it is in every situation and arguments, right? When we disagree with things, when we get negative thoughts or whatever, it's because we're just seeing it the wrong way. So if you think of everything happening in your life for a reason and it's meant to serve you in a positive way, right? That's your paradigm. If you think of it as like, oh, this is always happening to me, I'm the victim, right? This quarantine sucks. Like, you know, I'm blah, 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 blah. Like, that's the victim role. That's also a paradigm. So paradigm is always a choice, and you can just catch it and ask yourself, okay, cool. Is this serving me? Is this empowering me? Is this actually going to help me produce the results that I want in my life? And if the answer is no, then you just catch it and you reverse it and you say, okay, great. What can I get out of this? How can I make it more positive? How can I make this paradigm a little bit different to serve me in a better way? And it won't happen overnight, like I said, but this is practice you can do over time and build that muscle. And hopefully eventually you will change your paradigm. You'll shift your entire way you attract things into your life. And I encourage you guys to really surround yourself with people that think that way, because they'll challenge you every day. This is kind of what happened to me. You know, I got challenged by my circle more often, and it forced me to get out of the paradigm I was currently in so that I can attract the things that I wanted to in my life. So have those people in your life. You know, this is a great way to start every single morning mastery. So thank you guys for jumping on. I know all the newbies, we appreciate you guys. We love seeing your faces and your energy. So thank you. Let's keep bringing new people on, keep enrolling our circles into this and this conversation. And that's how we're really going to help grow a more positive world. So thank you guys. Have an amazing rest of your Tuesday. Have a great week. I'll unmute the lines. We can shout out anything. Let's have an amazing day, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Happy
Thank you,
Tuesday.
guys. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good
Bye.
day.
Take care. Happy Tuesday.
Bye, y'all.
Later. Have a good day.